Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wordy Games 2015. Featuring Sophia Bush and Ian Somerhalder. And your lovely host, Rachel Querico.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Words with Friends 2015 Wordy Games. We have an exciting day of action here for you in Burbank. We have a charity show match where our own Ian Somerhalder and Sophia Bush are going to show down for the opportunity to donate $5,000 to a charity of their choice. After that, we have our top 4 Words with Friends champions here in studio to compete live in a best-of-1 single elimination bracket to take home $25,000. It's a huge day today at the Wordy Games. But I want to get things started by getting to know Ian Somerhalder and Sophia Bush a little bit better. What brings you guys to the Wordy Games?
Well, I heard that there was free food.
Verified.
And my buddy Sophia was here. We never get to hang out.
Yeah.
And hanging out with 90,000 people that wanted to do this is pretty incredible. And I need to brush up on my Words with Friends skills because I've been working a lot on set and I haven't really been able to dive in that much.
What are your Words with Friends skills like? Just between the two of you guys, kind of rank-wise, word-wise. How do you do in this game?
Ooh, I love it. It verges on obsession for me, though. So, you know, as Ian was saying, when we're on set and we're working these long hours, I have to be careful because sometimes I go too far into my phone and I'm addicted and then obsessed, I guess I should say. And then people on set will literally steal my phone and hide it from me because they're like, you need to come out and run your scene with us. And I'm like, but I have a huge wordplay.
It's my turn. I have to go. This game is a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And our players today are going to be playing on a high-stakes competition mode. So there will be no room for waiting between turns. They're going to be just like you, ready to go.
No pressure.
Yeah, I really enjoy my leisurely few minutes, maybe having my tea in between. That's not going to happen today.
No.
Absolutely not. This is high stakes, winner takes all, and you're competing for $5,000 for a charity of your choice. Now, you don't have to tell us yet, but do you have a charity in mind you're going to give the money to?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Alrighty. Well, we have our 4 top players from Words with Friends here to join your team, and we're going to give you guys an opportunity to get to know them a little bit better before you have to select them. So, why don't we bring up our first contestant here? Our first contestant is a word game champion from Portland who enjoys playing the drums and serving up delicious meals from his food truck. His name is Conrad.
Yes.
Now, Conrad, Sophia and Ian have prepared some questions for you to fill you out for their team. Sophia, why don't you start us off?
Okay.
Ladies first.
Oh, why thank you, sir.
Not in any gender inequality situation, but
Just being a gentleman, really.
yeah.
I appreciate that.
And you play a cop.
Chivalry is not dead. Conrad, in my current role, I do, in fact, play a cop on the mean streets of Chicago. So I'm curious, what is the highest crime-related word that you can think of?
Well, I'm going to do a little bit of a pun here, and we're just going to go ahead and say that one very high crime-related word would be hijacking.
Ooh, a J and a K.
J and a K.
High point tiles.
I like that. I might need to win this, man.
I'm gonna fight you for him.
Conrad?
Hello?
So, I play about a 174-year-old vampire on television. What would be the most monstrous word you could kind of come up with?
Well, the first one that comes to mind for me would be the word grotesque. It's just got a really nice kind of evil, gross feel towards it. And it's got a Q in there. And, you know,
Q's.
Everyone loves or hates the Q. So.
Q's.
Cue and some oohs from the audience.
Q's and oohs.
Yeah.
Dig you, man.
Excellent answers there from Conrad. Exactly what you'd expect from a former word game champion, but we'll see if he can bring home the money today. Let's bring up our second contestant. Contestant number 2 is a gymnastics instructor from Berkeley, California. Her hobbies include surfing, gymnastics judging, and long walks on the beach, just to name a few. Her name is Lisa.
Hello.
So, I'm going to need to build a team here that is going to work together. What? Don't look at me like that.
Well, look at my cards.
Okay. I need her too. What qualities do you possess, do you think, that make you a team player that is going to possibly make this team really work? Because I'm not that good and I'm a little tired today.
Well, I've worked with teams before, coaching gymnastics and being a part of a gymnastics team. And I think just keeping your eye on the ultimate goal that you want to accomplish and not letting any distractions get in your way, working together, will get that prize.
Okay, this is looking pretty good.
Eye on the prize, okay. I have a question more related to our work fields. As a former gymnast, I'm just curious if maybe when we're on a break, you could teach me like some sort of epic backflip or something that could get me out of a situation with a bad guy. Are you into this?
Yeah, I'm
Great.
totally into that. Totally do that.
Okay.
Apparently, Lisa comes with perks.
Lisa comes with perks.
And I know, yep. I was gonna ask her one more question, but we're going rapid fire.
Oh, it's rapid
Hello.
fire today, absolutely. And I think it's time to introduce contestant number 3. She's a biker chick nurse from the Bay Area who loves reading, writing, and various outdoor activities with her husband. Her name is Mary. Ian, do you have any questions from Mary?
So, yeah, listening to your semifinal interview, you said that it was magic that you made it here. And as you know, on my show, immortality is sort of my magic of being a vampire. If you could have a power that was magic, what would it be?
That cloak of invisibility that Harry Potter had. I could just sneak around and figure out what everyone was doing. I'd really like that one.
I like
could see
this
what my
woman.
opponent's letters were.
So do you have kids?
I do. They're adults now, but I have them, yes.
But that would have worked really well as a parent.
Absolutely. I would have loved it.
Awesome.
I like it.
Do you want to interrogate my friend here?
She's not your friend yet. You just relax. Before you decide to pick a team, I'm just going to maybe make a suggestion, pose a question. Think about whether you'd rather be teammates with an honest, hard-working police officer who's committed to social justice,
What?
or a guy who's going to eat you. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a good question, actually.
Good way to put that.
She's wearing green.
I know, it's your favorite color.
Well, if you are in my team and we win, you may get eaten. It's not a big deal.
That may very well be a
I think
privilege,
that
Mary.
clinches that.
Well, a lot of good reasons to join both of your teams, but these competitors sure have a lot to show you as well. And our 4th contestant, he's got a lot to show you too. He is an audience engagement specialist, a father, and an aspiring actor. And as you can see, he made sure to bring his headshot today. Ladies and gentlemen, Steven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good looking headshot.
PH.
I need a new headshot, Steven. I might have to borrow your guy.
Yeah.
All right, Steven. We heard something interesting about you. We heard that you once got in trouble at work for playing Words with Friends. So, I'd like to know, if I were to potentially get you into trouble, arrest you per se, what would be your best get out of jail free line?
I would be like, oh, I'm driving to the beach to save the whales. And then I would just drive, I'd have you escort me. That would be great. And then I would drive all the way to the beach. And before you could figure out, just jump in the ocean and just swim away.
Just keep swimming.
Just right in.
Great.
Steven, I just want you to be aware they have this thing we developed a number of years ago called the Coast Guard.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
And they might have something to
That's
say
true.
about that.
That's
Well,
fair.
so let me ask you this. I play sort of a bad boy on television a couple days a week. What would be, say you did that and and you needed an alibi, there were no whales, and there was no saving whales like on the books that day of any organization in the entire state. Where else would you go with that story, maybe?
I would say that I saw a beast in the deep, and that you have to keep looking for it. And I would just make like a huge media campaign out of it.
And then you would have your phone in a protective, sealed
Yeah, I would put
package
that stuff
you
on
could,
it. That stuff
you
you
could
can
Words
spray
with
on
friends.
there. That's right.
I wonder if white sharks like Words with Friends.
They do.
Probably.
I heard.
You're very smart.
They're really smart. I don't
It
know.
sounds
This
like
guy-
Steven's defense is
I'd
the
like to know
insanity
if you
plate.
could test it out.
I like this guy. So can I just have all of them on my team? Sophia's strong. I mean, she's a smart girl.
In the interest of fairness, I think I'm going to actually have to let you both choose. But I want to ask you first, did anyone stand out to either of you as a contestant?
They're great. I am so Here's the thing. I love this game. I need to brush up on my skills because the last couple months since I've been back, since we started shooting in July, I've been very focused. And so I'm feeling like it's time to build a team, a good team. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little nervous because I'm not feeling my best. So
Also, I think because these 4 were whittled down from 90,000
90,000
people.
people.
So that's a little nerve-wracking, but they're going to be on our teams.
Right,
At least we don't have to play against them.
exactly.
So
let's
okay.
how does this work?
Well, we've got them all lined up, Chicago PD style. So I think
Okay.
we're going to have
Yeah, it's very
Sophia
usual
choose
suspects.
first. And we're going to let
It
you guys
is.
pick teams.
Stephen, I respect how committed you were to coming up with an alibi that was about saving the world. So get over here.
Wow. I still want to use your headshot guy.
All right, Ian, who are you choosing first?
So, Conrad, I know you can cook, which is great. Food trucks are great. And I think you're a really smart guy, and you're smart enough, but you're dumb enough to come on my team. Would you be my friend?
With words?
With words?
That is a hell of an offer.
Okay. This is a little tough, but I did realize that, Mary, you are wearing Ian's favorite color. Lisa, you are wearing my favorite color. So would you be on my team? Did I get that wrong? Yeah.
No.
Lisa.
Lisa.
No, Lisa's
Sorry.
coming.
Lisa in the blue.
Lisa's wearing my
Sophia's
favorite
wearing
color.
blue.
Yeah.
And Mary,
I'm
that means
gonna
that
give
you're
you your
going to be
green.
on Team Ian. So congratulations to all
Yeah.
4 of you. I hope you're ready to win some money for charity. I'm going to hand it over to our shoutcasters, Josh and V.
I'm not going to eat her on live television.
I mean, but you know.
Thank you,
she's-
Rachel, Ian, Sophia, and all our contestants. I'm Joshua Gray, joined by V, the general manager of Words with Friends. V, I know you're excited to be here and to see from 90,000 contestants down to the top 4. Very impressive to see how well these people perform.
Extremely impressive. I mean, these guys love Words with Friends and they play every day, and this is a chance to compete and be awesome and here and win $25,000. That's really a big deal.
A lot is on the line.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and break down, for those of you not as familiar with Words with Friends, how the game works and how this format is different from the general gameplay.
Yeah, so the normal format is it's a 15 by 15 board. This is a little bit smaller, so it's an 11 by 11 board, which means the board is smaller, which means the bonus tiles actually are a little bit closer together. So every single word you play could actually fetch you more points. So it's faster, obviously, because you only have 5 minutes between each turns, and then it also doesn't last as long because the board is smaller. So it's much more exciting.
So has the same fundamentals, though, double words,
Same
triple words,
fundamentals,
double,
as I
double
just
letters.
taught you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
as I showed you.
V's a master. He actually helped
I'm a
me out in some
master.
of the games. We had like 64 points in one of the
Quid,
matches.
you played Quid
Yeah.
for 64. He was going to play like a random 5-point word, but I showed you a 64-point word.
He's a master.
Yeah.
And plus, you've used 99% of all 2-letter words in
I've
the
used
game.
99% of all 2-letter words. I could probably find out what that one word is, that one 2-letter word, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to discover it organically.
You want to protect that experience.
Yeah, just, maybe it takes 20 years, but I just want to let it
But does that
happen.
haunt you? Do you just look up at night before you go to sleep and go, I have to find out
Every
what
day,
word
every
that
day.
is?
That's like every day when I sleep. That's the thought that comes.
So are you
going
going to throw a party if you're able to find that word one day?
Maybe.
Yeah?
Maybe.
All
I'll definitely call you.
Thank you.
I'll text you.
Love to be there. We'll get some of these other contestants out there as well. They're going to set up both teams. We got Team Ian versus Team Sophia.
Vampires and cops.
Yeah.
Yes. Pretty cool.
It's two people I don't really want to talk to at night. Yeah, so
At night.
during the
daytime.
During the day, it's all good.
One is asleep and
Yeah.
one is well behaved. You know.
One's inside wearing sunglasses.
Yeah.
The other's protecting all the good citizens in the world. So.
Right.
And looking forward to watching both of their programs in the future, Sophia Bush and Ian Somerhalder. And
Yeah.
I also like to see what type of strategies they're going to be using with the letter selection because they only have 5 minutes.
They only have 5 minutes. It's kind of nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Like you play Words with Friends, you know, you have many days to find the best word. Some people do, and then here you only have 5 minutes. Plus, there's an interesting team dynamic with 3 people helping you. I wonder if there's going to be some cool infighting that we get to see.
Possibly. We'll get some post-game interviews with the winner and the loser later on, but this is going to be a best of 3. And
it's
here we
started.
go.
Oh, shh. SH. That's totally a word.
Yeah, you told me that earlier.
And shh. See, that's a 2-letter word that I
Yes.
actually figured out.
Now, we talked about a little strategy yesterday of using a lot of 2-letter words at first or trying to set up something a little bit later or using possibly some of the tiles that were placed by your opponent and filling out the rest of the word there.
Yeah, they're also 2-letter words are great bridges. You know, they're a great way to make like 3 or 4 words, not just one word. So let's see. Ian has an X. That's always good. X is one of my favorite letters for sure. XI is a word. XU is a word.
I was thinking of the romanticized Chinese language of qi, Q and I put together.
That is the single most common word played in Words with Friends.
Oh, there's a flex.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
28 points.
That's got like Conrad or Lisa written all over it. No offense, Ian. I'm sure you're great too.
Looking for any possible
Flexi
additions? With the Y for a triple
Oh,
letter?
no.
Team Sophia is
42 seconds.
Juggling around their
I think Flex is
tiles
pretty
there.
good. 28 points. It's a good start.
You also have to think of the strategy, too, of do you want to use everything you can in that turn, or do you want to hold back a couple tiles a little bit later?
I like to hold back. Like, I think one thing that was really smart, they held back the X. You know, you want to save that for a triple letter or a triple word. You don't want to just use that right now. So it's interesting because Sophia has no vowels.
That's tough. Unless this was Cyrillic language. I think it could work out that way.
Yeah.
There's multiple languages
Like
in
Russian?
this game. Yeah.
Russian. I mean, if you were playing Words with Friends in Russian right now, it'd be great.
Now, you play Words with Friends in American English, UK English.
Very different.
How
Very
so?
different.
And what? Can you give an example?
You know,
Or
color.
Mm-hmm.
Color, COLOUR. It's a big deal, man. You can use that U. U is like one of the most pesky letters. Shoes, that's pretty good.
Shoes. SHEWS
I'm not sure what
for
that
20
means
points.
exactly.
We could look it up if we wanted to.
Oh.
What is happening
Raja.
here?
That's an Indian king.
For
I don't know if you knew
74
that.
points?
74 points.
Does it count in English?
Yes.
And
Yes.
it counts.
That's good.
Wow.
Oh, but see what happened now is the J is open to the triple word.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they're
J-O-B
gonna
is a possibility.
job, you know.
Yeah, triple word. When you look at the different placements on the board here, you start to formalize those type of strategies or leading into those blocks to get those multipliers for your score, and that is so key in order to win. Because in order to win the game, they have to use all the tiles in their bag, and then once it's all over, whoever has the most amount of points wins.
Yep. Good at this. Very good at this. Job for 45 would be pretty good. Another thing you could do is put the B on the double word for AB, which is also a word. And then JO is a word. So you could put the O down there.
4 minutes and 8 seconds on the clock.
And you can make
Now, would this be a good point in your opinion to use the blank tile, or would you rather save that for later?
I would save it. They're gonna go for the double word. Bonza. Oh, that's smart. I did not think of that. Bonsai. That's really good. Oh.
Dang.
Oh.
Not an acceptable word.
I think it might be a proper noun. It might be a proper noun.
That was close.
I would just go for that job.
Dude,
on the triple.
keep it simple. Take the
word.
triple word.
I would take it.
Yeah.
They also, well, I guess they have 3 minutes, so they still have some deliberation time.
All right, well, since they're deliberating, let's go ahead and listen in with Team Sophia.
Let's do that.
That was 45 and the double word wouldn't? Unless we can play our Z.
It was, yeah, this one brings us a 45, which is great. I know, they could go right off of there.
All right, looks like they were thinking about job,
Yeah.
but the setup later
Yeah.
on they were very concerned about.
They are. That's good. You know, defense is as important, if not more important, than offense in Words with Friends.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful about what you're opening up.
Still deliberating is Team Sophia, and Team Ian is taking this time as well with Conrad and Lisa to figure out what they want to do next, depending on what Team Sophia places here.
Colas.
Colas.
No.
I don't know if that's a word, but if it is, we're 32 points.
See, I would just go for that job. That was 45.
Yeah. That's tough. Sometimes when you're thinking 3, 4, 5 steps ahead, that it creates a lot of excuses not to make that move. even
Now
though it
they're
could be
just
the best
trying
move there.
random words like, what is Zola's? I don't think that's a thing.
Zoltan.
Zoltan.
Yeah.
Try Zoltan. I'm sure it'll work.
Getting close to the 2-minute mark here for Team Sophia.
Zonal. Ooh.
Is that a word?
Oh, it totally is.
Oh, 64 points for Team
nice.
Sophia.
All right. Well, they shouldn't have listened to me.
Just
Should
past
not
the
have
2-minute
listened to
mark.
me.
All right, now it's up to Team Ian to see if they can follow up.
All right, so that X. Oh, well, that triple word. That's the first thing I would do is probably take advantage of that. You know, you could do JIP, J-I-P. I don't know if that's a word. Look that up. J-I-P.
JIP? Go ahead and look it up. Oh, you know what?
Joe is a word, so they can totally hit that. Yep,
And they get it.
it's pretty good. This is a high-scoring game, as you would expect.
Yes, yes.
As you would expect.
88
I
for
mean,
Team Sophia. Team Ian's
you
at
know.
136. But yeah, when you have top 4 players
Yeah,
joining
it's kind of expected.
special guests that are getting in trouble on sets playing this game, it's a good trifecta.
Yeah, we heard about that earlier. That was a fascinating story. Apparently, Sophia was held at gunpoint at her show to stop playing Words with Friends. It was a fake gun, of course.
I think
it was a fake
it
gun.
was a little bit of an embellishment, but sure.
That's what I do. Embellish. I'm an embellisher.
Well,
good word, too. Embellish.
Yeah, very
Play
good word.
that.
How much is that worth? Probably
Like
not something to
100?
happen at gunpoint, but yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, bad.
Bad.
That's
BAD
good.
27.
That's pretty good.
And that could possibly block. Well, I don't know if you get anything in front of Joe that would.
CAD is as good.
Match.
It's good to get rid of the C. C is one of those letters that is kind of pesky. It doesn't have, and there's no 2-letter words that begin with C
Really?
or have C in them. So you kind of want to get rid of that C early. Because B is awesome. B is like, you could play Bo, B-O, B-I, B-A. They're all words.
It's a good starter word. Yeah, it seems even in longer words, the C would only appear in the middle for its
Yeah.
usage. You just can't think of a lot of
Yeah.
3-letter words that you see anywhere other than the beginning.
Now, I like the CH. Like,
Yeah.
you can combine that. CH is pretty cool.
Over here, weed for 15.
Oh, they're trying that triple word. No, they won't be able to reach it.
They still have that blank tile
They
possibility.
could do. No. It's a great idea, though.
Looking at the outliers, we have Z, S, R up top, but the L and the O could trip up anything trying to get that triple letter in the top right-hand corner. The E, well, it's open to extend at least 1 letter behind it, maybe 2, until they get down to shoes, and I don't think anything really ends with shoes.
No, they're onto something with using where that W and that Y is to try and get to that triple word. But it's going to be hard to find a 6-letter word straight down. But they're still trying.
So when we look at word definitions and proper word or acceptable words, we have to go off the dictionary.com, not urbandictionary.com, correct?
Don't go to Urban Dictionary.
Okay.
That's different.
Yeah.
You know.
Because I was looking up JIP, and there's a lot of definitions I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not
this is
going to
a
read here from Urban
PG-13
Dictionary.
show, so let's keep it clean.
So from
Josh.
dictionary.com,
Yeah.
Gyp is a swindler, cheater, crook.
Okay.
So it counts as a word for dictionary.com.
Maybe Sophia can use that in her show.
Possibly. Add it into the script.
Yeah. I think you should say Gyp here.
Yeah.
I learned it in Words with Friends.
Change the script from cheater to Gyp.
We would understand it.
I don't know if that's.
Nobody else
I don't
would.
really know if that's Chicago lingo though.
Oh,
somebody
Chicago?
calling nobody says this in Chicago. All right, there's an ED at the end at the bottom. Team Sophia.
Yeah, so that's good because obviously a lot of words end with ED with the past tense. So it's a good strategy. They only have like a minute and a half left though.
Do you try to do that sometimes? You think from the end of the word to the beginning?
So you might want to use like an S and put it at the end because you know you're going to use that, or you might want to put the ED in the end, and you might want to use that. So I think that's a sound strategy. It makes things simpler.
What about wonder? WONDER.
Oh, that would have totally worked. Yeah, wonder.
Okay. Wooden.
Wanted.
I don't know if they have a different.
Wonder. You gave them that.
Oh, I guess I gave it to them.
You gave them that. They think they can do better.
Oh, they can do. Can they do wooden?
Yeah.
You gonna try wooden for
Wooden
44?
for 45. Same thing. They just didn't want to play Wonder because you gave them that.
Yeah. Well,
So
they
they
can
went
take
for
it.
wooden.
That's okay. We'll have to help out Team Ian when it's their turn. And Wooden for 44 points.
That's pretty good.
Nice
That's
job,
pretty
Team
good.
Sophia.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be Team Ian's turn.
All right, so interesting choice here because you could go for the double word, where the E is on wooden. And double word is pretty good. Basically, you're using a multiplier 4. Or you could go for the triple word and double letter.
Yeah,
So it's an interesting choice.
And how open they are as well. I mean, they're not going to
Yeah,
interfere
pretty
with
open.
any other tiles. So that's a very, very big possibility for Team Ian.
And this is another good opportunity maybe to use the X. You know, they've been holding that X strategically. But you could place the X next to the E on the double word and then make a bunch of 2-letter words.
There are there's one 2-letter word I can think of right now that involves an X.
So it's XI, XU, AXOX.
AX is what I was thinking.
AXOX. I think that's it.
AX, an edge tool with a heavy bladed head mounted across a handle.
Spadix? I don't know.
Spadix.
That's the
That's
only
a
word.
Oh, we're looking that
What
one
is
up.
that?
Spadix.
What does that mean?
Well, I don't think it's
Use
anything.
it in a sentence.
They ran out of spandex, so I bought Spadex instead.
It's a cheaper option
Yeah.
to spandex.
In botany, a spadex is a type of spike inflorescence having small flowers borne on a fleshy stem.
Wow.
The
Wow.
plural is spadices, or spadices, are typical of the family Araceae, the arums or areo. If you're a botanist and I'm butchering these
Well,
words,
it's good.
I apologize.
Yeah, because I am a former botanist. I don't know if you knew that.
I did
about
not
me.
know that. I did not know that.
No, it's a lie. I'm not.
Oh, okay. I'm a very trusting person.
I can see that.
prefer to believe in people, V.
I can see that.
Just like
we had this conversation yesterday.
We
I'm like
did.
the darker wordy bro.
Yes.
And then you're like,
I'm the
everything's
diet.
great.
I'm the diet wordy bro.
Yeah.
I got the smile on my face.
Yeah.
Nothing get me down.
And I'm just trying to get you down the entire time.
Got
just
it. Got it.
giving you bad news.
Well, Spadex
All right,
accomplished that a little
so
bit.
Spadix for 63. That was intense. I mean, I would not have thought of that.
No way.
Even
Really
being
good word.
a former botanist, you know, it's it's hard.
All right, Team Sophia with 132
All right,
points.
So they have that blank tile. They also have, they still have that double word, but now it's going to be much harder to take advantage of it because you have to align all these 2-letter words all across, which is going to be really difficult. I might also think about the zonal area over there. Zonal.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
I did.
So because you could do the A over there, and then maybe car or bar. It's not, you know, the way this game is going, it wouldn't be the strongest probably, but it's a good option.
Zonal definition of relating to, affecting, or having the form of a zone. So yeah, your pun was about 10 out of 10. That's pretty good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
If we had a puns with friends game.
A puns with, dude, next year.
Let's talk. All right.
Next year.
Well, my people call your people. We'll go from there.
Yeah, and my people are here, your people are here too.
We're both here.
So we just talk.
All
Let's make this happen.
Team Sophia is still trying to find
Yeah.
their next move here.
And this is tough. I would try for that double word still. Like, it's going to be difficult.
Now, the defensive type of player, that position
Yeah.
for Spadix, I mean, even thinking about it, if you're new to Words with Friends going, well, why could this be clarified or classified as a defensive play? Well, they can't put down easily a word that fills up the double word tiles down below. The safest route right now is to use the very bottom row. There is a triple letter on the very right-hand side. But could that completely negate both those double word tiles, or will they try to focus on getting them?
Yeah, it could go either way.
Yeah,
You know, it
because
really
sometimes you
depends
get
on
tunnel vision if you're focused too
Yeah.
much on something. You're not going to look at other possibilities out
Yep.
there, maybe for even more points.
Yep, that totally happens all the time. You know, players tend to look at where the last word was played and sort of focus on that, and you forget about the rest of the board sometimes. You have to catch yourself doing that for sure. But these champions, I mean, they probably already know
They
that.
can. They're seers.
You know,
They
they're
can
seers.
see things we cannot.
Board seers.
Come up with words I've never heard before, like
Spadix.
Spadix.
You know?
All right, Team Sophia now putting some tiles on the board, seeing what maybe can perform here for some good points, or maybe just play
yeah, it's a
defensive,
tough
look for
one.
another opening.
Yeah. The other thing that does is if they play that cab, it sort of opens up the left side of the board.
Which has not been used.
Yeah,
Nothing
it's not
really
been used at
extended yet.
all. You know, we've been going towards it right the entire time. But eventually, you know, someone's going to have to.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a game of chicken, if you may, a little bit.
55 seconds left for Team Sophia. And they may be using that blank tile.
Yeah, it's an interesting use of the blank tile. They're totally going for that double word, but yeah, that's really, really difficult. They might have to settle for, cab up top or
Something.
or bar.
Za and Ba for 18.
Bat, OT is not a word, so that would not
yeah.
work.
OR?
Yeah, or.
Or, yeah. So I know.
Yeah.
But I was seeing if they want to extend it, but the F is to the bottom right. So
Ah.
bar is placed for 23.
It's interesting because now with the ZA, you could go with, zap, zag,
Or yeah.
and then that opens up the triple letter.
If there's an S to the ending of a 4-letter word that started with Z.
Yeah, but the interesting thing about Ian's tile rack right now, it's not very good. He's stuck with a lot of vowels and a lot of one-letter tiles, so it's a tough one for him too. This might equalize a little bit. Still a close game.
It is.
It could go anyway.
Team Sophia needs some of that equalization because they are down by
And they have that Q now.
44 points.
Yeah.
There's a Q for 10.
And Qs are tricky. They can be your best friend, but they can be your worst enemy as well. Like QI, obviously we talked about that. Great. But then you could get towards the end of the game and you could have no U, no I, and it's really difficult to put that Q down. And obviously if you don't use all your tiles, those tiles, the scores get subtracted from your total score.
Yeah.
So that Q can really hurt you in the end if you cannot figure
So
it
you
out.
want to place it on the board so that those points are not subtracted from you.
Yeah.
46 seconds left for Team Ian. As Team Sophia is just lining up some of the different tiles they can choose from. Team Ian's going to place a couple on the board. Azonal and abed. Is abed a word? It is a word. And azonal's a word too for 25.
What is that? This is like azonal area? Is that what that means?
Oh, we're going to look it up.
It's probably another botanist term.
We'll refer to...
Oh, okay. So this is cool. So what they're trying to do is get that triple word, but they cannot find. Ebed is not a word.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Are you holding on to something? Because here's the definition.
Okay.
For
What's
azonal.
azonal?
Of, relating to, or being a soil or a major group of soils lacking well-developed horizons, often because of immaturity.
Wait, that went.
I don't know what that means.
That went like a totally different direction.
Yeah?
I thought it was actually another botany term, but then immaturity.
Well, it's soil.
soil.
So
Yeah,
that's
plants.
count as botany. So you were right in a sense. So you were right. We'll count it.
See? I read the dictionary in my spare time.
B is always right. Do you honestly do? I'm trying to
No.
look for. Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, sometimes like the words of friends.
Again, I'm a
dictionary.
very gullible, believing person.
Yeah.
I read the dictionary every day. It's part of my job. Well, if you're the general director of Words with Friends, it makes sense.
Yeah.
224 points for Team Ian, 155 for Team Sophie. It's Team Sophia's turn right now.
All right. So what do we have here? It's tough because like they're set up well with that triple word, but they have nothing to make abed. Like maybe raped is not a word. Labed is not a word. Like there's nothing to put on there.
Labed.
Labed is. I don't know if labed is a word.
I don't think so.
But they don't have an L anyway. They tried cabed. That's not a word. Tried tabed. That's also not a word.
If there was two B's, it could be tabbed, but unfortunately, it's not the case for
Yeah,
me right now.
you might want to look elsewhere.
That's kind of where my brain will go to. Of well,
Yeah.
I could make this if I had this letter, and the other
Yeah.
part of my brain goes, that doesn't help you at all. Why are you even thinking this way? You got to move on. So
Yeah.
whatever you have down below.
Like the guy who was trying to play beans like 15 times yesterday.
No.
And it was not a word, and he kept trying.
just 3 or 4
Would
times in a
not
row.
true. Yeah.
Maybe the
It's like-
fourth time it's going to work, man.
Beans is not a word. Try again. Beans is not a word.
Met with am and it for 21 points, but they're not going to go for it. There was a double word tile they could have
Oh,
secured.
that's good. I don't know if meg is a word, but if it is, that is a really, really good. Oh, that's good.
According to Family Guy,
That
it
is
All right,
good.
and Zag as well for 29.
Yeah, so that was a really smart move.
Yeah, real
All
heads
right,
up
now
play.
it's interesting because I wonder if Ian has something that can make the abed complete, so they can open up the triple word up there. Oh, see, okay, this is what I was talking to you about. So what they're doing is they're taking a look at the tile bag. And it's very strategic, especially now that we're in the second half of the game. They're trying to see what letters remain, so that they can see what are some of the strategies that might open up really juicy double letter words for the other team. So they want to avoid those. So this you'll see a lot of all day today is people using the tile bag to see what else is left on there.
And thinking of those steps ahead is very, very important when it gets down to the wire and the
Yep.
points get closer and closer and closer.
It gets really interesting now because like it could still go either way. One big triple word score right now would tilt it the other direction.
Quaeetc.
See,
Tile line
so
up for
now
Team Sophia, but now it's Team Ian's turn as they're currently looking.
they only have 50 seconds, and they haven't really tried many options.
For the viewers at home, what happens when the time runs out?
You pass. So it's 0 points, and you pass, and you don't want to do that. Well, you could, if you feel like that's a good defensive move. It's very rare that that's a good defensive move.
It's not often. It's not the norm, but it could be the exception.
Could happen, yeah.
Kier and Core.
Yeah.
Possibly
Both of
placed
those
here.
are words.
And 17 points goes to Team Ian. Still in the lead at
See, that's
241.
good. Given what they had, I mean, that's probably the best they could have done. And so, again, I mean, when you have these champions on your team. All right, so this is going to be interesting because they want to use that Q, and luckily now they have a U as well.
Oh, and those are the best combinations to have. One of the best combinations, at least, to form words
for
with
sure.
Q.
I mean, there are not a lot of long words that have Q in them that don't have U.
Equate.
Oh, but see,
but that opens up the entire left side.
Exactly, and I
to
mean
Team
that.
Ian. And they don't want to give them any more points right now as they're trailing behind. Still, beautiful word, great placement.
Yeah.
But that's a
I
tough
applaud
call.
it. We applaud it.
We applaud it.
The wordy bros applaud it.
Hashtag Wordy Games if you're enjoying what you're seeing here. Remember, the finals will be happening a little bit later. $25,000 will be going to the winner.
So they're on the right track here because they could do a qua, which is a word, Q-U-A.
Is that a health food or?
I don't know what qua is. Maybe you can look that up.
Q-U-A.
Some of these words I've been using for years in Words with Friends, and
I'm taking notes so I can add some of these words into my
Suk is a
vocabulary.
word. That is really good. S-U-K is a word.
Qua, in the capacity of as being. That's the
In the
definition of
capacity of as being.
as being, yeah.
That's very existential.
It is.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Example in a sentence. He's hard to pin down if you get him on entertainment, qua entertainment.
Might use that,
Very appropriate.
I would go for that Suk. I mean, because even though they're opening up that triple word, it's going to be really difficult to find a word that has a Q,
That Q placement?
in that spot. So
True enough.
I would probably go for that.
Yeah.
Now that's also interesting because MU is a very important word in Words with Friends. It's one of the only 2-letter words that ends with a U. There's only one more that's NU. So NU and MU are the only 2-letter words that end with a U. Very, very important. And I'm sure these guys already know about it.
And
All right, they're going for it.
26
So
points. to
now it's
Sophia.
interesting. You know, I would be really, really surprised if they can actually use that triple word with the Q, because that's going to be very difficult. I can't even think of a word that might work.
Look at the possible openings on the left side. You have that M that's just trailing out there, but it.
See, again, they go for that tile bag.
Yeah.
The other pesky letter they have is V. So V is also like one of the most notorious letters to have. There are no 2-letter words that begin with V, and really it's only used with a select few other
Wow.
letters.
Motive. Something that Sophia Bush would know a lot of when trying to
Lots of
investigate
puns.
different crimes.
Lots of puns.
Yeah, man.
Not
Puns with
many like
friends.
vampire puns. Yet.
Not yet. I'm working
I feel
on
like
it.
we should.
I'm working on it.
Yeah. Motives. I would
Motives.
see. I would save that S.
It only adds one more point.
Yeah.
That's just a point multiplier.
And the other thing with motive is they open up that triple word. Both of those triple word actually.
True.
They open that up.
True.
So
Well, they may go with motives though, and they do for 27 points. That puts. Oh no.
Interesting.
They decided not to.
no, it's a weird glitch.
Oh, there we
We're
go.
back.
Okay.
We're back. Okay. So they could do
Boom,
Kate.
there.
They could definitely do Kate, C-A-T-E. Not huge. Might not swing them to victory. Not sure if AET is a word. It's not. See, that was a really smart move by
Yeah.
Ian, and the reason he's okay with opening up that triple word is because he knew from the tile bag what letters Sophia has, so he was okay opening it up. Oh, taste. That's good. That's good.
Tace is played for 33. Team Sophia
It's a close game.
trying to
25
close the gap.
points.
Trying to
25
close
points.
the gap.
Well, we're coming towards the end here. Chi will probably do it. That's all right. All right.
Well done.
Ian for the win. The Raja, if you may.
The Raja, yes. Very well played from Team Ian, and that's Lisa and Conrad that have been joining him so far. But that's only one game, so we have 2 more games left to go.
All right. It's 1-0. Intense.
1-0.
That was
very,
intense.
Very much so.
A couple of those great moves, like the Spadix. I think the Spadix was the key word. Like if they would not have got that, it would have been an even closer game.
And that was thrilling for botanists all around the world when they saw that. They went, yes, finally,
Yes.
this word gets played with Words with Friends. That's how they make...
I get to use my botany degree.
I feel anybody working in the medical field or botany that has to use Latin for their medical terminology and
They're like-
labeling, they're like, oh, I got this. I can see words differently.
Because other than
compared
that, I mean, how much do you use Latin in everyday life? Not much.
Not often.
I mean,
no.
I speak fluent Latin. I don't know if you knew that.
Really? So what's it like? What's it like?
It's
knowing
too easy, man.
a
It's
dead
too easy.
language?
It's too easy.
I'm
with
just
you.
gonna put you on the spot. I'm just gonna be like, oh, you do? Then let's,
It's
let's
not a
talk
dead
some
language.
right now.
Clearly, I mean, my botany degree was really useful for.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was. Well, we probably have to think. That language for words such as spadix. And other ones. And we're getting ready for the second matchup here. Team Ian's in the lead with 1 victory.
I think we should do like a hashtag Spadix.
Hashtag
That should be like a
Spadix?
thing.
All right, I'll send it out on
Hashtag
Twitter
Spadix.
right now. Hashtag
Here are the
Spadix.
hashtag wordy games. Hashtag Spadix.
Word of the-
Hashtag botany. I think that should be another one.
Hashtag botany. Okay.
Feel like that should be another one. All right. Well, it's Sophia's turn, I think. And again, she has that blank tile, and I would save that for sure. You do not want to use that right now, unless you have a bingo. You know that bingo adds like over 50 points to your score.
I did not know.
So if you use all 7 letters, you get.
Hold on. Are you telling me the truth here?
I'm telling you.
Okay. See what you did? Now you set up. I can only believe.
No,
half
if you
what
use
said.
all 7, it's one of the greatest feelings in the world when you use all 7 tiles. I've done it 33 times. How many times have you done it?
0.
0 times.
So I trust you.
I just know that feeling 33 times more than you, and
You
it's
do?
amazing. Like when you use those 7 letters, it's just glorious.
I'll have to vicariously enjoy that excitement through you.
I mean, you'll
until
get to
we
it.
play a match. I will screenshot
I'm
when
sure
I play the
you'll
match
figure
and I'll
it
send
out.
to you.
Oh, that's interesting. Use.
Use?
You should look that up.
I will.
That just sounds like bad grammar or something.
I'll look that up right now. Up and so, along with po. And changes some tiles here. I think WPO is a word.
Interesting what they're doing right now.
W and P. Okay, the definition of use.
Use.
It's a substandard of you, usually used in addressing 2 or more persons, or sometimes one person as representing also another or others.
It's like use playing words with friends.
Exactly.
That's a real word.
It's a pronoun.
It's a real word. I just thought it was my broken English.
No, I don't know when that word was added to the dictionary, but it's there.
Yeah. Use, it's there. I see it.
Pronounced with the
He's not messing with you.
Y-U-Z type sound. All right, so one word is on the board so
All
far.
right, so it is Sophia's turn right now. Oh, yeah, it is.
It is Sophia's turn, yeah. Team Ian, I believe, is the one.
I think someone passed. Not sure how it happened. Oh. So that was interesting. I think this round is 2 minutes, not 5 minutes.
Ah, okay.
Sophia's not happy. I would not be either. No.
All right. All right, looks like they're going to have to set that up there for
Yeah.
Team Sophia and Team Ian
Yeah.
to make sure that they have the proper timing here. Because I wouldn't want to be like, oh, yeah, let's go. Oh, we're out of time.
No, Use wouldn't want to do that.
Nobody would want to pass.
Use wouldn't want to do that.
Well, looking at some of the other possible word configurations, at least with the 3-letter words, is that something you want to kind of hold on to the mid-game, or is it more of just opportunity every single time of scoring the most amount of points in that specific
Yeah,
turn?
I mean, again, it just depends on what situation you're in, and you have to be offensive while being defensive at the same time. It's really a very, very tricky game. It's sort of like, almost feels like chess, at this level.
Yeah.
Because you're just thinking way, way far ahead, and you're looking at the tile bag, and you're trying to see what's left. So it really just depends on the situation.
And we'll see even more intense matches as the finalists will be going up against each other in a single elimination tournament. It'll be the 2 semifinals and then the finals, where the one will be taking home $25,000. Placing the first word, though, if it's your turn.
Yeah.
What are some benefits of using a lot of your tiles and to start off with
I mean,
a good
obviously,
score?
if you get a bingo in the first turn, that's great. You start off the game with a 60, 70 point word, and that's a great lead to start off to. Usually, you want to play at least a 5-letter word, because that gets you to hit the double word tile.
Yeah.
And obviously that doubles your word. So I mean, a great start is actually really, really important. Because it just gives you that extra bump in the beginning.
Is there any type of mind games you try to play with the opponent sometimes of going, oh, they got a couple 2-letter words, couple 2-letter words, and try to set it up?
If I have a really good word, but it's with an X or a Q,
Okay.
I might try to save that still.
Now we're back, it looks like.
We're back. Power.
Power was used by Team Sophia for 18 points.
They've definitely opened up that triple word there, but it's looking at Ian's tile rack. It's going to be hard for him to really take advantage of it. They could do bears, like B-A-R-E-S. That would probably be a good 30-point word.
And then maybe somebody would put DA in front of it, Da Bears.
Yeah, and it'd be another Chicago reference.
Yes, exactly.
That was good.
Exactly.
That was good.
That's a good old SNL reference as well.
Da Bears.
Da Bears.
Yeah.
All right, Team Ian's turn here.
Speaking of SNL, Words with Friends was on Saturday Night Live.
Yes, you told me about
Yeah,
that.
Alec Baldwin, famously thrown off of a plane for refusing to stop playing Words with Friends.
Must have won a heck of a game.
And
I wonder who he's playing against.
Yeah.
Maybe one of his brothers. I can't lose to William. I can't lose to
can't
William.
lose to William. Don't they don't like each other or something?
I don't know. I've never met him.
Oh,
Maybe
you
they
never
do. Maybe they don't. I don't trust what the media tells me about people.
The Baldwins, fascinating.
I trust you, V.
You should trust me. I mean, I've only led you down great paths.
I've enjoyed.
Oh, they're swapping. So this is interesting.
Oh, okay. Tell me about this.
Okay, so they just swapped, which means they passed their turn. What basically they saw was they just could not make something that would be a lot of points, and they chose to just get new letters instead of just making a low point
Now,
word.
what's the drawback of?
Oh, jargon. Oh,
wow,
that is good.
54
That
points
is
for
really,
jargon.
really good. I don't think I've ever played jargon. I would love to play jargon.
Awesome.
Sometimes you just love to play these words, like, even if, jargon it wouldn't give you 100 points, you just love saying that I played jargon in Words with Friends.
Yeah, 54 points for
Helmets.
helmets to 93.
Oh.
And they're going to savor that moment.
Okay, this is a fascinating game. Jargon helmets. But now that triple word, triple letter is open. This is cool.
Yeah, that 93-point game, though.
I'm just like a total Words with Friends geek. I could just do this like all day long.
That's
I could
why
just
you're here,
watch
V.
this. I am going to do that all day long. That's true. But really, okay, so it's Sophia's turn. Okay, they could do cheese for 36, which is pretty good.
Ooh, green.
It would have been great to use that triple letter on the bottom.
Yeah.
The other thing that's really going to be juicy for Ian is going to use that other. Oh,
Kiss. Cheese.
Cheese.
Yeah, sorry. Think of that
That's
Seal
good.
song.
This is a fascinating game because the triple words are all open right now. There's a triple word open on the right. There's a triple word open on the bottom. It's just really pick which one you want to take advantage
I'm going to
of.
look up both those words, both the O, H, and S that was used.
That's like a
for
O's.
cheese.
That's like oh.
Except plural. There's a lot of them.
All right, so Sophia is like a little bit unlucky with her tile rack right now, but vet, that's good. That's pretty good. 36 points.
Well, just looking up OHS brings up a lot of high schools in Ohio. Ohio High School.
Ohio High School. I don't think that they're referring to Ohio High School there.
It's
That'd
the
be
plural.
unfair.
You're correct, V. It's the plural of the exclamation of O.
Yeah.
O's.
It's like when you're kind of surprised.
Yeah.
But like multiple times.
Exactly. It's,
Yeah.
it's a multiplier to your surprise.
Plural.
So what
Plural
would
surprise.
What would count for plural surprise? You get multiple birthday gifts instead of saying
yeah.
oh, you'd say O's.
O's.
Ideas. For 18? No.
See, that's another cool word.
Yes.
That's another cool word that again would have fetched only 18 points, but it's like it's just cool to play that in Words with Friends. That's good. That's good. 28 points.
Via. And that's for 28.
Oh,
Nice
that's good.
job. It's from Stephen, Mary, and
see
Sophia.
how that's a great offense and defense move because what they've done is they haven't opened anything up. They scored a high-scoring word, but they didn't open anything up. So that's really a masterful move over there.
Now it's Team Ian's turn, who's in the lead once again, and they are up one game. If they're able to win this game, they will win this series and the matchup. The winner will be joining us on the couch, and we will start our first game between our first two contestants, and that'll be a best of one.
Just like looking at look at Ian's face right now. That's intensity.
Very intense.
That's intensity.
He's
handsome intensity, if you may.
Yes, indeed.
You know.
Indeed. All the people on stage right now are looking good playing Words of Friends here. Team Sophia now up again. The word that was played was fad for 19 points. Right in that little pocket.
Yeah, the board is getting kind of crowded now. You know, it's a little bit, everything's towards the bottom right now. Someone is going to definitely try and open this up right now. I think that's what they're doing. So Dex, and then you could probably go across to try and get the double letter. Could do dab. That'd be good enough.
The AS on the right side, you have that triple letter on the bottom, but if you place a word on that side defensively, you still have that triple word up above, so you have to be careful about it. Dave?
Now the tricky thing with dab over here is Ian could put an S there, and then they could open up the triple word, which isn't going to be good for Sophia. So this is interesting. You know, these are the kind of trade-offs you want to see. Like, do I want to play this decent scoring word, but it opens up this other part of the board, or do I continue being defensive and make that trade-off?
It's part of the strategy here with Words with Friends, the Wordy Games 2015. Team Sophia still Mary, Steven, and Sophia's turn right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That is good.
26.
See, what she chose to do there is not open up the board, which I think is smart for Sophia there. All right, Ian.
All right, Team Ian in the lead still.
Rex is a word, R-E-X, and
Yes,
Lex
it
is
is.
also a word.
That's a Latin word for king.
Ah,
Thank you, dinosaurs.
all right.
I had, as a kid, I had posters of dinosaurs all for all the different
Really? What was your
periods.
favorite dinosaur?
The Diplodocus, because
That
of his
is a
name.
real-
That's a real dinosaur. It's
Sounds very, like,
one of the
studious.
longest, one of the longest herbivores. From, I guess not wingspan, because it have wings, but from the head to tail. It was
Again,
one
like
of the
with the botany theme from
Yes,
today.
yes,
like,
herbivores.
Vegetarians,
We're on to something, Vin.
plants.
We're on to something.
We are. We are.
Yeah.
Something. I don't know if it's
I love that dinosaur because of his name. Diplodocus.
Diplodocus. Sounds like a library or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a bibliothèque.
Well, if we create an arena for Words with Friends,
Yeah.
it'll be the Diplodocus Arena.
Nobody would be able to pronounce it
Exactly.
except Words with Friends players.
And that's the pun.
Yeah.
That's the
I
password
like it.
to get in.
I like it.
Team Sophia.
All right, so they're definitely going for that Rex.
Yep.
And then, I mean, they could use, like, they could do Rin. It's not great, but again, someone needs to open up the board here.
Yes,
you
especially
know?
the top section. We saw last game,
Yeah.
the right section was played first,
Yep,
and then
yep.
started to move to the left, and that's where the big final points were awarded
Yeah.
for Team Ian. Take a look at that title bag. Team Ian still
Oh,
contemplating.
20
with
seconds,
20
20
seconds left.
That's intensity right there.
And they'll go for the safe bet of Rex.
So again, what they did there is also interesting. They could have made more points by adding on to Rex, but they chose not to because they don't want to be the ones that open up that side of the board and offer all these new opportunities to Sophia.
And Sophia will be looking for some of those opportunities, maybe with a double letter here of raise.
That's like when you get a really good raise. It's spelled with a Z.
You're raised.
Raised. I got a raise today.
Actually, yeah. There's if you take the I out, it's actually a word.
Oh.
And I learned that from playing video games.
But the problem is if they do that. Oh, Ritz is good.
Oh,
Ritz is
put
good.
it on.
And that's also really good because they chose not to play it because it opens up that triple word. But again, the Z at the end. I mean, it's going to be really difficult to find a word with that Z in the end.
It's like a good end blocker, a good bookend to your word.
So that again is a good move that opens up the board, but it doesn't open it up so much.
Trex.
I don't think that's
no, but that'd be a cool name of a
Trex.
That'd be a cool name of a cop. Next season, Chicago PD.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Drex.
I might name my son that.
Yeah.
Trex.
Or a vampire.
Vampires.
Drex.
Yeah. All right. I think Ritz was good. See, that's another one. Ritz. Like, when do you use Ritz? Ever?
The song.
Is
Put
there
it on
a
the
song?
Ritz. Yeah, put it on the Ritz.
How does it go?
Bum, 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 bum,
Oh, that song.
Yeah. Sorry.
I only know one song. I only
song
know
is
one
that?
song. That's the Words of Friends song.
It's a good theme
you
song.
got that high IQ.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
I've heard that song so many times lately. Putting on the Ritz. There's a
All right,
great
they chose to go for the
80s version
Ritz.
of that one.
Ritz. Yeah.
Get your
Ritz.
kicks.
Oh, but that opens up that triple word.
Putting on, you got that
Do
song
that.
stuck in my head now, V. Thanks a lot. Young Frankenstein. Watch Young Frankenstein.
What is that?
You'll,
Is that a movie?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. They use that song.
Does the U use it the towel bag again?
23 points on the board for Ritz. 95 to 90 right now.
Yeah,
Team
this
Sophia's
is
closing that gap.
close, man.
So,
This
yeah.
is going to go down to the wire. See, and like with Ian, it's interesting. He has a C and a K, which make good words together, like duck,
Yeah. Click.
click. Ooh, they can actually make
they
that.
have two C's.
Yeah, they don't have two C's. But the C is definitely very notorious, as I mentioned before. You don't want to be stuck with, oh, that's
Cask.
good. That's good. What a beautiful word,
Boo,
too, right?
yeah.
Cask.
21, yeah. That's a pretty word. Do you have favorite words?
I do. Have you seen the movie Donnie Darko?
Yes.
In Donnie Darko, they talk about cellar door as one of the most beautiful words in the English language.
Cellar
And I like
door.
that word, cellar door.
Cellar door.
If you look it up, you'll actually see a whole thing about it on Google on how it's one of like the most perfect partnerships of words.
Of words in the
Yeah.
English language. That's
Yeah.
fascinating. Cask definition is a large barrel-like container made of wood, metal, or plastic, used for storing liquids, typically alcoholic drinks.
So did you not know that?
I had an idea of what it was.
You had an idea.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure for the audience.
You know, consuming some casks
Of cider would be delicious.
of cider.
Right now, but not on camera.
Right.
Got to keep it professional. Ease.
Oh, they're trying to get breeze. No.
Ease.
Oh,
Days.
see, that's.
But the double letter
Yeah.
open up, the double word
I
open
know.
up with E.
See, this is awesome because this turn is so important for Sophia right now. Because she really needs to catch up to Ian. They have a difference of 26 points right now.
Yeah.
And za is a word. Z is a very important two-letter word in Words with Friends.
I want to look up that definition.
Yeah.
'Cause,
It is also one of the most common words played in Words with Friends.
I don't think Zod's a word, but he is one of my favorite characters. Zaw. Let's see here. Define Zaw. Noun, slang, pizza.
Like, you want to go for some za?
Yeah.
You want to go for some za tonight?
Or the 11th letter of
Things we're learning today.
the 11th letter of the Arabic alphabet.
Ah,
Or the 17th letter of the Arabic alphabet, but slightly different pronunciations. There's a
Right.
za and a different punctuations of the Z and the A.
Hmm.
That's all I'm finding so far, but it does count.
it does count, as we saw. All right, okay, this is going down to the wire. 224 to 205. I mean, Sophia's got to work cut out a little bit, you know, with the tile rack she has remaining.
That's it. That's all she has. One D,
Three.
3 Ds.
Yeah,
That's a lot of evals.
That's a lot of E.
Yeah. That's a lot of E.
yeah, that's difficult. And you see, like, I mean, what Ian really was able to do was not open up that entire top row, that entire top half of the board, and that's really given him the advantage.
Deza.
It's a good try, though.
Yes, it is.
Sounds like a word.
That's
You know.
half of how I play.
Yeah,
it's
it
close
sounds like
enough.
a word.
Close enough. I don't think a C really belongs in this
Ooh.
word, but we'll try it.
That's good, though. That's good.
There's a DE for 13.
Yeah, she's still in this.
Yeah, still in the fight.
She is still in this.
Still in the fight. Team Ian now could move further ahead. Uh-oh.
Oh, man. Oh, man, it's over.
Rins and alls.
It's over.
Oh, and that's it.
Ah, that was a great
Ian
game.
Wins again. I believe that's it. Team Ian is our championship team.
Both
our
of those were great games.
Special guests here at Wordy Games 2015. That was pretty impressive. Pretty impressive closeout.
That was fun. That was really fun. That's good. It's going to be a lot more lighthearted than you know when we do the
Of course.
semifinals and finals. That's going to be nerve-wracking.
Yeah, and for them only have 2 minutes
Yeah.
to come up with those words and to try to find the best word possible. Still,
And no help.
And no help.
No help.
No help. I'm sure they would love help from their teammates here. But in order to strategize in that type of sense of okay, what tiles do I have left in the back, which
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll see.
Yeah.
And we saw defensively from Team Ian's side
Yeah.
with
But when they
Lisa and
played
Conrad.
Rex, I thought when they played Rex, it was one of actually the most masterful moves. Which I personally, I don't know if I would have thought of that. And that was really a great move. What they were doing was, we could get 4 more points, but then we'll open up this entire section for this other team. So we'd rather not do that. So I thought that was a really masterful move by them.
And that's gets tricky sometimes too,
Yeah.
because you think of I really want to take advantage of these score multipliers, but
Yeah.
if I take advantage now, then that opens it up
Yeah.
north, and there's 3, 4, 5 that they could take.
Yep.
Okay.
Fascinating.
Well, we're ready for the interview with our
All right.
winning team, with our special guests Ian Somerhalder, Lisa, and Conrad. Rachel, take it away.
Thanks so much, guys. Congratulations, the winning team. Ian, Lisa, Conrad, you guys
These
really
guys.
pulled through here. Now, there's a couple moments where the crowd was actually involved. People were really excited, and part of that was Game 1 Spatix. You brought Spatix. Was that you? Who
Spatix
thought
or
of
Spadix?
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 I don't know how it's pronounced, but
Unbelievable.
yeah, I saw it as soon as it was on our rack. Yeah.
Wow.
You know
So
what's amazing? What's amazing about these two is I didn't know that every 8 years they update the Scrabble dictionary. But what's interesting is that the way their brains work, it all goes back to the year that it was changed. So they function as of, no, that word, no, it's no longer there. And you search it. We go to make sure, and you search it, and sure enough, it's no longer bueno.
There were couple of situations with, yeah.
It's pretty incredible.
Where there was one time we could have played crit, C-R-I-T, like a critique, but we knew that was added to the any dictionary in 2006. 2006, and when we played Rex, there was a blank, and then NE we could have played Rexine, making ink on a later turn. But again, I believe Rexine is a type of drug, and it was added in 2006.
Well, you're on a pro gaming stage, so the only crits we talk about here are critical
It's amazing.
hits.
These
And you
two
guys
together
definitely
make an
landed a bunch.
incredible team.
So talk to me about you're saying your team is so great. What was the communication like? What did you guys talk about?
The communication between these two is unbelievable. Clearly, you are a team leader, and this man right here knows exactly what's going on. And I like to think that I do some pretty cool things sometimes and talk about a lot of cool things, but it's about brain power. And this is the reason which makes me, as environmentalist or conservationist or whatever you want to call it, or educator or saver of animals, this is why I lose my mind sometimes, because we can transplant organs. We can put people and rovers on Mars. We can come up with words at the drop of a hat like this, and yet we can't do the simplest things like make efficient cars, build efficient homes. That's what blows my mind, is to watch brain power like this rapidly firing in a team effort, and yet we still do, as a race, as the human race, we just do some really dumb things.
Well, today was your chance to turn all that brain power into something good, because by winning this, you have raised $5,000 for a charity of your
You
choice.
guys.
And now's a great opportunity. You can give him a round of applause. That's definitely worth cheering for. And we have your check right here.
This is the, I don't know why my bank doesn't give me these.
They might not accept those either.
Yeah, I don't know if that, you might get in trouble.
Well, I do want to give you this marker. This is your opportunity to write in the charity of your choice that you want to donate this $5,000 to.
Yeah.
Conrad, if you could help him out there.
You guys rock, man.
And let's see who he's chosen. $5,000 for the ASPCA.
Yeah.
A beautiful donation. Thank you so much, and congratulations, Ian.
Guys, thank you.
Lisa, Conrad, you guys did
I
a
had a lot
great
of fun.
job in
Yeah.
our charity tournament. Anything else you guys want to add?
Just, well, really quickly, thank you guys for assembling, I mean, you know, just being such team players and making this happen. Both of these charities are incredible because books and education and inspiring people to read and connect is wildly, wildly important. And the ASPCA is obviously wildly important to me as well because of saving and preventing cruelty to animals. However, they all go hand in hand. I mean, I'm building an animal sanctuary that's also a youth education camp. It's a school for early critical thinking youth development. So all these dollars, they go in not only into education, but they do go to animals. So thank you guys for allowing us to do this. Truly.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Ian. And for everyone watching at home, we are going to be right back. We have our main event coming up. It is the top 4 of the 2015 Wordy Games with Conrad, Lisa, Mary, and Steven facing off in a single elimination bracket for $25,000. Don't go anywhere. In 5 minutes, we'll be right back with our championship.
You guys rock.